All right, it is that time on Armin and Levack. We do celebrity picks every Friday at 6 o'clock, and this week we got a great guest, ESPN's own Marc Kestecher, joining us. We're going to pick 5 college games, and he will be at...
We're going to get 5 pro games.
Pro games, whatever. We're going to talk college games, too.
I'm just questioning your guys' level of celebrity if you have me on this week.
That's, come on, man.
Questionable judgment on you guys.
You rose from Guilderland to the greatness of ESPN and play-by-play and announcing. I mean, come on. How can you not be considered a true celebrity?
And you're going to be at the Pac12 Championship game tonight. So
yeah, looking forward to that one. That's more my speed. Exactly.
So we will pick those 5 games, and then we will 5 NFL games, and we'll ask you a little bit about some college games. It's Armin and Levack, Joe Bianchino here, filling in for Armin Williams. So let's just get right into it. First game, Bills at Broncos. You are the guest, Kessie. Let's start with you, sir.
I get to go first. Excellent.
Yes.
Well, it seems that's one of our games, by the way, this weekend. It's game 2 of a doubleheader, and it would seem to me that Denver should win easily at home. I know they had that uncharacteristic loss a couple of weeks ago. The thing that's scary for me, guys, if you're facing the Broncos now, is they've been running the ball a lot better. And that's, when you think of Peyton Manning's offense, you don't think of running the ball as much as you pass. I don't know if the statistics bear that out, but C.J. Anderson's been better of late on the ground. And although the Bills' defense has been pretty good the last month and a half, I don't think any of the teams they've faced in the last 6 games have been the caliber of Denver's offense. I'm going with the Broncos at home.
Levack.
Well, can I just say ditto? I mean, I think it's going to be.
I like that.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think that Bills defense is very good. I just think there's just too many weapons in Denver. And Kyle Orton, he played terrible when he was part of the Broncos. Why would he play good there now?
Yeah, now, I am picking for Armin, who has a significant lead right now, 35-25. That's his record.
Pressure.
He has a 4-game lead over the celebrities who have 31 wins and a higher than my math wants to do right now lead over Levack.
I've had a good year, Kesty.
28 wins. So I was tempted to just throw it away and give you guys a fighting chance, but I'm gonna pick it straight and extend the lead, and also take the Broncos, who I think people are forgetting about a little too quickly. And Kesty said it perfectly about that running attack. If they figure that out and they figure that defense out, they're going to spoil a lot of people's Packers-Patriots Super Bowl party. So,
by the way, every time I make picks across the country, I always tell people I grew up near Saratoga and used to go regularly 0 for 9 at the races. Now, anywhere else in the country, Saratoga? What? Huh? Explain this to me? I don't have to explain that to you guys. So Beautiful. Good luck with these picks.
All right, let's get into the second game, a must-watch, I think. Giants at Titans. Everyone should be tuned into this, right?
That's 4 hours you're not getting back, my friend. Oh, man. Well, you know what? Here's the good news. Well, remember, you go Oppo with me, but the good news for Giants fans, I'm picking the Giants in this one. Look, I know that the defense is horrible. Last week is just, I don't even know how to explain what happened last week against Jacksonville. It's brutal. But you know what? Tennessee isn't much better. They gave up 6 touchdown passes to Ryan Fitzpatrick of Houston. So somebody's got to win. I'm going with the Giants.
See, we're on the same page. We're dialed in, Kesty.
Actually, let me take that back. Somebody doesn't have to win. We could have a tie, but I'm going to say the Giants win.
I didn't think of that. Can I pick a tie? I agree with you, though. I think that these are 2 teams that are really just not that good right now. But I'm going to say that the Titans are not gooder. So I'm going to go ahead and make up a word, and I'm going to take the G-Men.
Yeah, I agree. There's no way the Giants lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans in back-to-back. There's no way. If they do, contract them. But they're not going to do
that. Coughlin might just get on a plane and go home.
Exactly.
Not to the Giants' home. Just go home, wherever that is.
It's Armin and Levack, Celebrity Picks. Joe Bianchino here filling in for Armin Williams, joined by ESPN's own Marc Kestecher, Guilderland's own Marc Kestecher.
Right.
Third game now, Jets at Vikings, Kesty.
I don't know if they still claim me, but why not? Well, my wife is a big Jets fan. She can't hear me right now. I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings to win this one. Every week I sit down, watch football with her, and from Monday night, that was hard in the second half to try to explain what the heck they're doing. They went back to Geno Smith. They, went a little more run-oriented, try to take something off his plate. The Vikings aren't much better. Teddy Bridgewater, though, has played better of late. Jets haven't won on the road, so it all equals yet another Jets loss. I'll take the Vikings.
Man, I feel like we are just completely dialed in. The Jets are a dumpster fire right now. Getting more and more reports of problems in that place. I just can't pick them. And it's got to be good for Minnesota to see a team come in who actually has bigger problems than they do. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Vikings as well.
You know, I was prepared to take the Vikings because at least they're playing football in this century, unlike the New York Jets. But you know what? The hell with it. Let's just roll with the New York Jets. Let's do 3 straight games of agreement. I can't have it anymore. So the Jets get a significant upset, as sad as that is to say about the Jets.
I think that's a good enough reason as any when you're trying to pick the Jets. Sounds good.
Exactly. Some harder games here. Seahawks at Eagles.
This is a good one. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. This is a tough pick for me. Seattle seems like they're finally getting healthy on the defensive end. The Eagles are tough to beat at home. They're a tough team to prepare for, though. If there's any team maybe that can prepare for that speed and slow down the Chip Kelly speed, it might be Seattle. Mark Sanchez seemingly has fit in without a problem, taking over for Nick Foles. It's a tough one. I'm going on the limb. I'm going to go with Seattle on the road. That's I don't know if that's my upset special, but I'm taking the Seahawks.
This is the first for the day. I'm going to go with Philly. I think the Eagles are a good team. I think clearly, like you said, Seattle's getting their act together, but Chip Kelly has made a statement. He's staying in Philly, and I think you're going to see some very creative ways to attack that Seattle defense. Give me the Eagles.
You know, I think you saw a different Seattle team show up in San Francisco on Thanksgiving night. I think you certainly saw a different Seattle defense show up in San Francisco last Thursday night on Thanksgiving night. This defense is back. The Seahawks, to that extent, at least a little bit, are back. I am taking them to get the upset on the road over the Philadelphia Eagles. Last game here, Chiefs at Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals are the team Seattle's chasing. They didn't look good 3 weeks ago when they beat Detroit, and then they lost to Seattle, lost to Atlanta. I have some questions about Drew Stanton, who hasn't been too particularly good statistically since Carson Palmer went down. It sounds like, from what I'm hearing, Larry Fitzgerald will return this week. And Kansas City, I have no idea what happened in Oakland 2 weeks ago. So these are two teams that have lost 2 in a row. Arizona at home, I think they get their win streak back. I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
All right, very good pick. I love the Cardinals secondary, but the joke's on them because Kansas City doesn't throw the ball down the field. I'm going to take Jamal Charles and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think we were way too quick to step on the gas pedal with our support of Arizona. I think they've been overrated for a couple weeks now, especially with the injuries they've sustained. I just don't know if they're a great, well-coached team, but I just don't know if they're great on the field. The Chiefs are a better team here. I think the Cardinal defense keeps it close, but overall, the Chiefs get it done. It's Armin and Levack. Joe Bianchino here filling in for Armin Williams. Jeff Levack alongside, joined by ESPN's Marc Kestecher. That was our celebrity picks. And Kesty, you will be, with many of your ESPN responsibilities, taking you all across the country at the Pac12 Championship game tonight, Arizona and Oregon.
Who's going to win? Now, Arizona has upset Oregon already. Can they do it again?
I actually did that game 2 years ago in Tucson when Arizona smashed Oregon. It wasn't even close. You know, we're thinking the Ducks are going to win. We got to come up with some B material for a blowout. It was the other way around. This year, Arizona won again. Tighter game. I don't know what it is about the Wildcats. I don't think it gets into Mariota's head, but they play him really well. They play the run of Oregon really well. I don't know if they could do it twice in 1 year, and with so much on the line, Oregon knows if they win, they're in the top 4 in the playoff. And, you know, some are even suggesting if Arizona wins this game, maybe they should get in the top 4. But I think neutral site in Santa Clara at the 49ers Stadium, I think Oregon's going to win this one.
Now, Cassie, that's right where I was going to go next. If Arizona does get this win, they're ranked 7th right now. They'd have to leapfrog Baylor and Ohio State. But if they get this win, 2 wins over Arizona, or 2 wins over Oregon, Pac-12 champion, do you think they should be in the college football playoff?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how the committee's going to, decide on things, and they have said for so many weeks that they don't project ahead, which is why we're having trouble with the whole TCU Baylor thing. I just don't think a 2-loss Pac-12 team would be in, and then in theory, if folks think if Alabama loses to Missouri, that Alabama wouldn't make it, so I wouldn't have a 2-loss Pac-12 in front of a 2-loss SEC. I find it even hard to imagine we wouldn't have an SEC team in if Alabama somehow, lost that game tomorrow. I don't think so. I think Ohio State's kind of waiting there on the fringe, though, with their third-string quarterback going tomorrow. Who knows, if they're going to beat Wisconsin and Indy. It makes for great talk, I guess, and someone's going to be very unhappy, but I just don't think so. I don't think, even if they beat Oregon twice, it sounds great. I'm trying to talk myself back into it. I don't think they get top 4.
Kesty, one of your other, because God forbid you ever go home, sir. You're headed to Cleveland on Sunday. Colts, Browns, what are your thoughts? Do we see Johnny Manziel put up the money symbols at all?
There's a good chance he could be in. I was good with the decision to stick with Brian Hoyer. I just think it makes way too much sense. You're still in the playoff hunt at 7-5 with all the teams that are 7-5 in the AFC. I don't think you turn the keys over to Manziel just yet. But facing Andrew Luck and the Colts, I could see the Browns getting behind early. I could see them needing some offense, needing a spark. So I would not be shocked to see Manziel in the game. And maybe even flash the money symbol if they can get it into the end zone against Indy.
All right, that is Marc Kestecher of ESPN. He will be on several games all over the ESPN dial this weekend. Kesty, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure.
Guys, great to be on with you once again, and looking forward to the next time.